Just first of all, I'd like to ask you a couple of questions about the Lost Boys and what happened. How did the script come about? Were you approached with the script, or did you have to audition for it, or what happened? Can you just give us a little bit of insight into that?
Okay. Let's see. Hi, everybody. That was a little informal, I think, but, you know, cool, it's all cool. The script, right. Well, it actually came to me from Richard Donner. Richard Donner, the great Richard Donner. Yes, thank you. You don't even want to know. Do you know he's like 80 years old right now? Did you know that? It's amazing, but he would never know it. He's still got like that big burly voice, and he's big and strong. I love it. Anyway, he's a great guy. So Richard Donner, who had just directed me in Goonies, a couple of films. Cool. Wow. Thanks. Anyway, so Richard Donner told me, you know, listen, I've got this other movie that I'm doing, and it's about like kid vampires. You know, we want to do like kid vampires, and we thought it would be really cool. And I think there's a part for you in there. You should, you know, gotta play one of the kid vampires or something, the rock and roll guy or something. I was like, okay, that sounds fun. You know, lay it on me. And then it took a couple of years, I think, actually, until we actually saw a script. By the time the script came around, I was about 14. And at that point, he was no longer going to be directing it, but he was then going to executive produce it and turn the directing over to Joel Schumacher, which meant at that point I no longer had a freebie, but had to actually audition for the part. Bummer. Yeah, that was like a massive burn right there. But luckily, my chops were up because I just finished Stand By Me and I got the part.
And so, when you went into production, did you have a crush on Jamie Gertz? Because I did. A massive crush. And that's what I want to know about the production stage. Did all of you guys want a piece of Jamie Gertz?
Do I look gay?
That's what I wanted to hear. Okay, so finally, when the movie came out, obviously it was, I mean, my first association with Lost Boys, I was about 7 or 8 years old, right? I saw a trailer for it on BBC. They were showing the premiere of the film, and I was just, I needed to see the film. My mum wouldn't let me watch it, because she was like, no, it's just too scary, you're not going to watch it. And I was at drama class, and there was a guy who was much older than me. He was one of those guys who looked about 30 years old, and he was only 13. But he had a copy of Lost Boys that he taped off the TV, and I managed to purchase the video off of him. So I had this copy of Lost Boys. I still got it to this day at my house. An old VHS copy of Lost Boys. And it's I mean, it's just an awesome movie. What was the reaction for you when that movie came out? There's a bit behind my back. Corey, do you want an arm wrestle?
Oh, sorry, what was there a question or somewhere?
I did go off on a slight tangent, yeah. I went talking about me, a typical bloody actor. No, well, I was just more curious of the reaction to Lost Boys. Did it kind of hit you? Did it stun you a little bit when the movie came out?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask, throw it out to you guys. If you have any questions for Corey, right down there at the front. Makes it nice and easy for me.
Do you date female vampires?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you date female vampires?
All the time. Hollywood.
Anyone else have a question for Corey right there?
Yeah, Corey, I heard a while back that there was a possibility of like a Frog Brothers TV series. Is that something that's still possibly going to be in production, or are you going to be doing any other films with the characters?
Good question. Did you hear that, Corey?
I missed which Frog Brother you were. Your name was?
Edgar.
Edgar, oh. Got it. Oh, you know what? He's the only one that got the memo about the costume contest tonight. There was supposed to be a costume contest. I read that.
There's a few of them out there.
There's a few of them out there.
People with your costumes, put your hands up. Show Corey. There you go.
All right.
I'm not in
No,
a
they're on
costume.
Hollywood Boulevard like that all the time. Though.
I'm
That's
not in a costume. I'm not in a costume.
You're not in a
I'm the
costume?
real thing.
I believe you. So anyway, what was it?
Totally lied. It was about the Frog Brothers TV show.
Right.
Is this going to happen?
Yes, yes. There was talk of that, yes, that is true. Next question.
What about the Goonies? Goonies 2.
Woo! Well, we love that to happen. The year was 1987. And it didn't happen. Okay, next. Yes.
Corey, what was your favorite film you worked on and your favorite director you worked with?
Favorite film I worked on was. You guys are gonna hate me. Well. Who? Okay, favorite. Such a tough question. Very tough question. I can't answer that. I can't. As far as director, I can't say because I love so many of them. Like we build very close relationships, so I could never pick just one.
Top 3.
Top 3 directors? Oh. I really don't think I can do that.
Alright, top 3 films. Give me something, man.
It's hard for me to pick for my own baby. You know, it's like your baby, your family.
It's a little dream, isn't it?
Well, no. Okay, I can tell you my top 3 favorite films or things that I'm proud of as an actor. Okay, is Dream a Little Dream is definitely in the top 3. Thank you. Lost Boys, definitely in the top 3. And a film that none of you will know, and you'll be very disappointed, but it's called The Birthday. And I just love my performance in that film, and it's a beautifully crafted film. And for those of you who haven't seen it, I encourage you to try and find it. It's not easy to find. It's kind of David Lynch-esque, both in its value and its obscurity. But that said, in its art form, it is truly something to be appreciated. Very well crafted film by a great director by the name of Eugenio Mira from Spain. An entirely Spanish production and cast, and everybody was Spanish except for me, in Spain doing a movie about America in English. Very weird. But it's really, really good, so check it out if you can. I think I named Norman Forrester, who's like a paranoid neurotic with a nervous tick. Lovely.
Okay, so did filming Stand By Me give you nightmares? Because watching it made me have nightmares.
Did you see Stand By Me? Wait. What? Okay, moving right along. No, I'm not talking to you again. What do we got next? Yes, back there in the back. You look normal.
Hey, could you just do me a favor and say hi to all your friends in Colorado?
Hi to all my friends in Colorado! Woo! I'll listen to you! Alright.
My question was better than that, Corey.
It was? Well, yeah, there was some logic to it. I'll give you that.
Hey, Corey, when's your band playing again?
Hey, good question. I think they said that at the beginning, but because you look like Gilda Radner, I'm going to answer you. She does, right? A little bit. You ever seen the cover of her live album? She was like, it's not an insult. It's not an insult. She was an attractive lady. Anyway, so the band will be playing again in October 24th. October 24th with G. Tom Mack, I'm told. And that's going to be fun. looking forward to that. Maybe we'll do a little something together. I don't know. We haven't talked about it yet. I guess I better give him a call. Anyway, so, but yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a good show down at the Whiskey, which is a place I haven't played since it all began, like 20 years ago. So, I'm excited about that. I like playing those little places once in a while. I played the Roxy a couple years ago, and that was fun again. So it's always good times. Come on down and watch us. We're gonna do some new stuff. I was not happy about it. And I did that film, which was like something that I really was opposed to because of the fact that I needed to make finances because I was having a baby. And there were complications with my child's birth, which forced me to have the pregnancy, commence early, and I had to then go leave my newborn infant who is in the hospital to go film a movie in Bulgaria, which was like the most uncomfortable place in the world to have to film a movie, literally. Scary. So being there pretty much all alone as an American and kind of not knowing how to read anything, you couldn't read the signs, nothing. You're just kind of uneasy and uncomfortable anyway, and then having a child in the hospital that you don't know if he's going to be okay every day, you have faith and you hope and you call and you whatever, you stay in touch, but you don't know, and it's 12 hours to get back. It's all very, very tumultuous, and I was doing a film that I wasn't particularly proud of. But, my only justification was I'm doing this for him, because I have to provide for him and I have to make sure that, with all these medical problems he's experiencing in his early stages of life, that it's going to be covered and he's paid for it and everything's cool. So it was a very hard time for me, and I flew home. And it turned out that he was okay. He got out of the hospital the day after I came home. And he grew up to be perfectly healthy and normal and a wonderful, incredible young man. And he's actually here tonight. And the thing about it is that he ended up watching this movie at a very early age because I kind of twisted it on the producers. They weren't treating me very well either. Amidst all the things they knew were going on, they were really kind of being jerks to me. And because of that, I kind of behaved like, okay, well then I'm going to make this the movie I want to make it. And I kind of twisted the whole thing into this really black comedy. So instead of being like a cheesy, bad sci-fi movie, it became like this kind of Will Ferrell, dark, twisted comedy. So you have to watch it to understand what that means, but if you get it, then I applaud you. And it's really funny if you put yourself there. But anyways, that said, I ended up with something that I kind of was proud of in the end, and even more so, it ended up being my kid's favorite movie out of everything that I've done. Every time he gets a chance, he's like, Dad, can we watch Puppet Master? I'm like, really? He's like, Dad, come on, please, I love that movie. And that is just crazy. There you go. That's crazy.